Oh yeah, Didi got a podcast.
Attitudes and our work ethic become very important in realizing our goals and opening up possibilities. I had lunch a couple of weeks ago with a recent graduate of UCA. And his story is really fascinating. It's one of overcoming homelessness during his time pursuing his degree, first at a community college here in Arkansas and then finishing his bachelor's degree here at UCA. His narrative ranges from estrangement from family for many years to a hopeful reunion with mother and siblings. His record is one of overcoming odds in a way that I probably could not, and certainly demonstrating levels of tenacity and patience and optimism that I can only marvel at. He wanted to talk with me about his new job and his career path going forward. I really need to be there to learn from him because that's where the real value was.
Everything I say in this video is alleged. Allegedly.
No such thing as a life that is better than yours. Y'all can just repeat after me. I really appreciate it. Alright. No such thing. Come on, you can do better than that. Talk to it. Talk to it. Now let's start going. No such thing as a life that's better than yours.
You're worse than the rich white people who are, or the rich white Jews that own these record labels, because they don't even understand these populations. You have a lot closer relationship to these people, and you're leading them to hellfire. You are leading them in the wrong direction in the name of getting rich and famous. How dare you? Oh yeah, Didi got a podcast. I do not often start off a live. I normally have a great spirit. I am very bothered today. Like, I'm fighting back tears. I'm truly fighting back tears with the frustration that I'm feeling today. I'm gonna try to get through this live, man, but like, this world, man, is like insane, right? Hit the like button on your way in, please. I just don't know what's going on. I'm going to explain to you all in this video why it is that I told Brian, the TPUSA auditor, the reason why I told him that it was a blessing in disguise that Candace Owens, she hopped under our video and she said that she was going to share a portion of my interview with Brian on her show. Brian was very nervous. A lot of you all saw that on live. And he was nervous because of the fear of doxing and things of that sort. Not as much for safety reasons. But I told him after a couple of more episodes, and it was clear that Candace wasn't going to share the clip, at least not as of yet. I told him, I said, maybe it was a blessing in disguise. And maybe not even in disguise. Maybe Candace Owens did that on purpose because she understands featuring people or featuring certain people who make certain types of content on her channel could put them in danger. Candace Owens decided to hop on Twitter 12:30 in the morning or at night, however you look at it, when most people were asleep, and decided to share an urgent message. Now, I've already seen many messages out there of people saying that they believe that this is a psyop. I don't think it's a psyop, and I'm going to tell you why here in a moment. I do not believe that it's a psyop within a psyop. I don't. I believe there's some things going on in this world, and I don't think it's a coincidence that the same time that Marjorie Taylor Greene, who is a congresswoman, for those of you that don't know, the same time that she announces that she's resigning in a couple of months, which is absolutely insane. And I'm going to tell you who she is, what she represents, and why she's interesting for those of you that don't know. The same time she does that, Candace Owens comes out with this news. Before I show you all Candace's tweet, I'm going to first play a clip for you all to show you all two of the most important clips that I believe started to get Candace in trouble. There's many more, but I'm going to show you two of the clips where Candace just started to ramp it up about what was happening in the Middle East.
I don't know, death to China or death to Russia. What is it specifically about America?
Well, they say death to America, death to Israel, death to the United Kingdom, actually.
Oh, okay.
Death to pretty much anyone that wants to stand up to them.
Could have had something to do with our actions in the Middle East, is why I'm saying that we need a change in foreign policy. It maybe has something to do with just like killing 1 million Iraqi civilians, okay, because Bibi Netanyahu got on a congressional stage and said there are weapons of mass destruction, and we took that to the bank, and there actually were no weapons of mass destruction, so we just killed 1 million. It could have something, I could be crazy, it could have something to do with our actions in the Middle East. The fact that we have 2,000 troops stationed in Syria right now under the guise of saying that we're fighting ISIS, while at the same time we know that Bibi Netanyahu funded the al-Qaeda adjacent front because he wanted to overthrow Syria, and they again expand their borders, immediately take on territory and sell us absolute nonsense. We're talking about funding Hamas. Bibi Netanyahu funded Hamas. There is footage of Bibi Netanyahu saying this stuff on camera. So it's just so ridiculous to me to pretend that they're in some predicament, that they may be eradicated soon, which is why they have to keep funding all of these terrorist groups and then pretending that they're victims of terror, when in fact they are the people that are imparting it worldwide. You know, I just think that, like I said, Generation 9/11 has grown up, and I think that our eyes are very clear here, and we recognize that our relationship with Israel has become increasingly problematic, and it always was problematic. So I'll again ask the questions, Piers. I'm asking you because we're having a conversation. Yeah. Name something positive that our Zionist AIPAC foreign policy has brought to America.
I'm going to be able to answer that for you all. He was never able to answer the question. I remember when this came out. I am so emotional. I am so angry right now, bro. Where's the president? Where's the president? Can somebody explain that to me? When you are the president of a country, you are the president for everybody, not just the people that support you. I'm getting ahead of myself because I haven't even read the tweet from Candace yet. But I am so upset, not because of just Candace, but we are Americans. We are human beings that have citizenship in this country. When somebody comes out and says that it's been proven that their life, that somebody's put a hit out on their life, you do something about that. You make some sort of public statement. How is that not an act of war? That some other foreign place can put a hit on an American citizen's life for exercising their free speech. It doesn't matter if you agree with them or not. It doesn't matter. She has every right to say what she said, whether you agree with her or not. Exercise your free speech to combat what she said. A person shouldn't have to lose their life because of words they said. Piers Morgan was never able to answer the question. What do we get back in return, buddy? And why are you even speaking on us? You don't even live here. Who are these characters on TV? Who are you? Who gave you the right to be able to speak for us? Let me play the second clip of Candace.
Do you think he's a war criminal?
Yes. I believe he's a war criminal. And I think that the issue is how much power he has, particularly in America. And I want to make sure that I'm just crossing or I guess making that clear to people across the pond. You know, in America, we have lobbying. You guys don't have lobbying here. And so this is why it might seem...
We do, but not to the same degree.
Yes, like AIPAC spent $100 million in our elections. And what that means is that they're able to write fellowships, they're able to pay journalists, they're able...
That should be illegal. Lobbying is a fancy word for legal bribery. That should be illegal. You should not be allowed to pay anybody to vote any direction, to support anything. That's illegal. That should be illegal. Not only is it normalized, but people got upset if you speak out against it. It gets even worse. They got Americans in this country representing another country and paying people millions of dollars to do it. And then they lie to their constituents pretending to be genuine when they're doing it for money and influence.
To pay people to attack and take down people who speak against their initiatives. And they are, AIPAC, I would say, is very much pro-Likud party, pro-Bibi Netanyahu. And this is why you have seen people like me being attacked in the way that they have been attacked for what I believe is just a human stance on what's happening to the Palestinians. I don't care if you had flipped it, if it had not been Israelis, if it had been, if it had been Christians doing this to Muslims, I would say the exact same thing based on the images that I've seen. But there is a ton of evidence that Bibi Netanyahu allowed October 7th to take place, including the things that we found out, because I now read Haaretz daily to
You don't actually think he knew it was going to happen?
Well, let's just talk about the facts. We don't have to speculate on that. What we do know is that they did intercept the hostage plan before it took place, right? The 250 hostages that came out in Haaretz media. We also know that Egypt gave them prior a warning that the attacks were going to take place. Egypt said that they were being ignored. That was a fact. I've been to Israel. Have you been to Israel? We know it's the size of New Jersey. We know that it takes 15 minutes to get from one end to the other. And we know that every 5 feet, there's a person in your face holding a gun. That attack went on for 2 hours without interruption. I find that hard to believe. And this gets to the, I guess you could say, the nucleus of the corruption trial against him, when now he's even arguing with the IDF minister who he fired, Yoav Gallant, am I saying his last name correctly, where they're saying that some funny stuff happened on October 7th, and they are explicitly accusing him of feeding lies to the Western media. This is crucial. And this could be the undoing of everything. If we find out that he had prior knowledge, and we do know for a fact that he said that he intentionally wanted to take over Palestinian territory, you should find that clip and play it on the show, because it's very significant when he asked the reporter to turn off the camera, and then he starts speaking about his plans for the Palestinians. This was years ago. I think Bibi Netanyahu is a monster, and I think the people that are still standing by him and supporting him, I wouldn't want to have that on my conscience.
She should have every right to say everything that she just said without feeling like her life is on the line for words that she said. Meanwhile, you got people celebrating this. I'm taking forever to get to this, so let me go ahead and show you all the tweet that Candace put out. This is what Candace took to Twitter and said. Let me try to make this bigger for you all. So this tweet says, urgent. 2 days, she put this out 12:30 in the morning. Urgent. 2 days ago, I was contacted by a high-ranking employee of the French government. After determining this person's position and proximity to the French couple, I have deemed the information they gave me to be credible enough to share publicly in the event that something happens. In short, this person claims that the Macrons have executed upon and paid for taking me out. Yes, you read that correctly. More specifically, that the green light was given to a small team in National Gendarmerie Intervention Group. I am told there is one Israeli that is on the powwowing squad, and the plans were formalized. Again, this person provided concrete proof that they were well packed within the French government apparatus. Further to this point, this person claims that Charlie Kirk's Power trained with the French Legion 13th Brigade with multi-state involvement. Journalist Xavier Pressard's life, for those of you that don't know, Xavier Pressard is the person that broke the news about the French president before Candace did. Xavier Pressard's life is also at risk. This is deadly serious. The head of state of France apparently wants us both powwowed and has authorized professional units to carry this out. I ask that every person retweet and share this. I do not know who in the American government can be trusted, since this source claims our leaders are aware. But I have more specific information which is definitively verifiable should they care to reach out to me. To the brave official in France who did this because they were so moved by the evil of Charlie's public execution to risk their own life, may God bless you truly. let all be revealed. This should be an act of war. This should be an act of war. Everybody should be in arms about this. It doesn't matter if you like Candace or not. It doesn't matter if you even believe her or not. Donald Trump should look into this, and if Candace is lying, he should debunk her. But at least we know our president will do something about this. And for those of you that say, oh, Candace is lying, she's making it up, these people will do this. Not only that, they'll tell you right to your face on national television that they'll do it. Don't believe me? I'll show you. I'll show you. I've already shown this before, and I'm going to show it again. This is a problem.
The nuclear program is going to be destroyed. And anyone who gets in the way, it doesn't matter where they are, even if they are politicians in the West, they are going to fall. Because we cannot afford.
Hold on. Did you hear what he just said? He threatened politicians in the West that if they don't agree with Israel's war against Iran, that they're going to fall. And remember, he's an Israeli agent. Are you saying Israel will murder politicians in the West or get rid of them politically through bribery or whatever else? What do you mean the politicians in the West will fall if they don't agree to back Israel's war against Iran?
Yeah, we will not vote for them anymore.
Oh, no, well...
Look at that smile. No one believes you, bro. Who are you to talk about this type of power in America? Look at how he smirked.
Or get rid of them politically through bribery or whatever else. What do you mean the politicians in the West will fall if they don't agree to back Israel's war against Iran?
Yeah, we will not vote for them anymore.
Oh, no, well, you don't vote for them now. You're not in our country.
Bingo.
What do you mean the politicians will fall?
We live in democracy, and we have the right to bring them up and to bring them down.
That makes no sense. As Jane just said, you have no voting rights here, bro. So what do you mean politicians will fall? What is going on, bro? What would Candace Owens get out of tweeting 12:30 in the morning? Stop saying that the woman is doing it for attention. She's the #1 podcaster in the world. And before she even had that title, she already had ultra popularity. Stop saying she's doing it for money. The woman is a multimillionaire. Stop that. It doesn't matter if you agree with her or not. It doesn't matter if we believe she's controlled our position. She's an American. And meanwhile, our president is doing nothing and he's saying nothing about it. She's a mother. And the timing of all of this is not a coincidence. It is the anniversary of the JFK pow-powing. Did you all know that? Marjorie Taylor Greene, a politician, for those of you that don't know, she is one of maybe 3 politicians that are conservative that have spoken out against Trump. Let me get this off the screen real fast, man. I need to speak to y'all real quick. I have conservative values. I am not a liberal. For those of you that are new, I have conservative values. I am a follower of Christ. I aspire to be like Christ. I fall short every day, but I aspire to be like Christ. I want these people to explain something to me. Donald Trump literally ran on so many things. Let me tell you what has not happened since he's been in the White House. He was supposed to arrest the deep state. Newsflash, conservatives, that has not happened. As I told you, it was not going to happen. Because the left and the right are two wings of the same bird, and I will debate anybody on that. So when you conservatives or you liberals hop in my comment section and say, oh, this guy is lost, he doesn't get it. He believes that they're two wings of the same bird. I don't mean that they're the same exact thing or they hold the same morals. What I mean is they're going in the same direction, and that's a fact. It's all theater. You think Trump is so important and so different that he's immortal, that he can dodge being pow-pow? I don't mean almost pow-pow and fake assassination attempts. That's not what I mean. I'm talking about, you think he's so special that he can slip through the cracks and make it to the White House without being controlled? He's no different from Biden. He's no different from Obama, Bush, and the rest of them. Nobody in the deep state has been arrested. Newsflash, Hillary Clinton has not been arrested. Obama has not been arrested. Nobody affiliated with Epstein has been arrested. Which reminds me, Candace Owens said something else too. Communications from Trump administration be like, Marjorie Taylor Greene is a traitor for demanding a convicted child inappropriately touching children, a convicted pedophile, have his files released. But we are standing by Mike Huckabee, who met with the literal treasonous Israeli spy, Jonathan Pollard. It makes no sense. Marjorie Taylor Greene, for those of you that don't know, held Trump to the standard that he ran on. That only makes sense. She just announced that as of January, she's going to be resigning, which for those of you that don't know, that's almost unheard of by a Congress member. This woman is about to resign after it was announced that the Epstein files were going to be released. It was her, Thomas Massie, and I believe Ro Khanna that was pushing for this to be released. The woman said, I've had enough. Now, before I play this clip of just a little bit of what MTG said, Marjorie Taylor Greene said, I want to address something. People said, well, it turns out that she's being fake because she's not going to resign until January so that she can meet the threshold to be able to get her pension. That makes her fake. Why won't she just quit now? That makes no sense. If any of you are in her position, two things can be true at the same time. You're a Republican. You're a woman. They said that they were going to do something about the people that was affiliated with Epstein. Trump is furious because she is holding him to his own words. So she's under a lot of pressure. I can guarantee you everything that I own, that this woman has received so many DEATH threats. I can guarantee you with everything that I own. I guarantee you this woman has received so many of them. She's even come out and said, I am not suicidal. Why would a politician have to come out and say that? Why? It doesn't matter. I would do the same thing. If you worked hard to get a pension, why would you quit 2 months? Stick it out for another 2 months. Keep speaking truth to power. Let me shut up. And I'm going to show you all just a portion of her video.
Hi, everyone. I've always represented the common American man and woman as a member of the House of Representatives, which is why I've always been despised in Washington, D.C., and just never fit in. Americans are used by the political industrial complex of both political parties, election cycle after election cycle, in order to elect whichever side can convince Americans to hate the other side more.
Wow.
And the results are always the same.
Wow.
No matter which way the political pendulum swings, Republican or Democrat, nothing ever gets better for the common American man or woman. The debt goes higher, corporate and global interests remain Washington's sweethearts, American jobs continue to be replaced, whether it's by illegal labor or legal labor by visas or just shipped overseas. Small businesses continue to be swallowed by big corporations. Americans' hard-earned tax dollars always fund foreign wars, foreign aid, and foreign interest, and the spending power of the dollar continues to decline. The average American family can no longer survive on a single breadwinner's income, as both parents have to work in order to simply survive. And today, many in my children's generation feel hopeless for their future and don't think they will ever realize the American dream. And that breaks my heart. I ran for Congress in 2020 and have fought every single day believing that Make America Great Again meant America first. I have one of the most conservative voting records in Congress, defending the First Amendment, Second Amendment, unborn babies, because I believe God creates life at conception, and
Amen.
I love to fight for the little guy.
Amen.
Strong, safe borders, I have fought hard for that. I fought against COVID tyrannical insanity and mandated mass vaccinations, and I've never voted to fund foreign wars with your hard-earned tax dollars. However, with almost 1 year into our majority, the legislature has been mostly sidelined. We endured an 8-week shutdown, wrongly, resulting in the House not working for the entire time, and we are entering campaign season, which means all courage leaves and only safe campaign re-election mode is turned on in the House of Representatives. During the longest shutdown in our nation's history, I raged against my own speaker and my own party for refusing to proactively work diligently to pass a plan to save Americans' health care and protect Americans from outrageous, overpriced, and unaffordable health insurance policies. The House should have been in session working every day to fix this disaster. But instead, America was force-fed disgusting political drama once again from both sides of the aisle on television every single day. My bills, which reflect many of President Trump's executive orders, like calling for a new census counting Americans only to draw new districts, making English the official language of the U.S., making it a felony to medically trans a minor, and other bills like eliminating capital gains taxes on the sale of your primary home and eliminating H-1B visas. Just sit. They all sit collecting dust.
All of that is common sense stuff. If you claim to be America first, why would you be against that? Trump comes into the White House and does the opposite. Guess what all the conservative content creators and politicians do? They followed along. What? You're doing the same thing the left was doing. We owe no loyalty to any politician. I don't care how conservative, how liberal, how God-fearing, how whatever you are. We owe no loyalty to any politician. They owe us. Ask not what I can do for you, but ask what your country can do for us. That's what we should be saying. How is it that a person like this is getting flack? You got Officer Tatum retweeting the news that she's resigning in January as he says good. Brother, she's only being consistent. She hasn't stood for anything that's not conservative. What's the problem? What am I missing here? What the world am I missing here? I'm going to read what she said towards the end. I'm not gonna play the rest of it, but this is what she said. Let me make it as big as I can. She said, if I am cast aside by MAGA and replaced by neocons, big pharma, big tech, military industrial war complex, foreign leaders, and the elite donor class that can't even relate to real Americans, then many common Americans have been cast aside and replaced as well. There is no quote-unquote plan to save the world or some insane 4D chess game being played. You know, that's what people have been saying. Trump is playing 4D chess. Since when has Trump been that strategic? Yes, I agree. Trump was a much better option than Kamala Harris. But that don't mean that you settle for evil. Now that he's in the White House, hold him to the fire. That's what that means. Stop lying and coming up with new terms. That man not playing no 4D chess. He's failing. He's not doing the things that he said he was going to do. I'm not surprised. I'm pissed off and I'm very upset because now we got people resigning. I believe the reason why she's resigning is because I want to be careful because I don't want to get in trouble. I believe that she fears for her life. Let's put it that way. Let's put it that way. So why not leave and take your pension with you? If you can get $150,000 a year and you done worked your butt off to do it, why not do it? And she wouldn't get it until like a decade later. She don't get it until she's 60. When the common American people finally realize and understand that the political industrial complex, she did not say the military industrial complex. She said the political. That means both sides, people, of both parties. Boom, there it is ripping this country apart. That not one elected leader like me is able to stop Washington's machine from gradually destroying our country. And instead, the reality is that they, common Americans, the people, possess the real power over Washington. Then I'll be here by the side to rebuild it. Let me show y'all something. This is the new... These are Trump's biggest supporters now. Laura Loomer, Israel First, Ben Shapiro, literally a never Trumper. The dude hated Trump. Why do y'all think he love him now? Mark Levin won't shut up calling everybody an anti-Semite. Ted Cruz interviewing with Tucker Carlson, saying that the Bible told him and told all of us, if we're Christian, that we should support Israel no matter what. Does that mean the Israeli government? He says that the Bible doesn't make it clear. He doesn't even know what scripture he's talking about because he's lying. This guy right here, Randy Fine. Look on top of his head. Do I need to say any more? Officer Tatum. That guy is a piece of work. Dave Smith. I believe he's a homosexual conservative. This is the woman that gave Trump $100 million. Need I say more? She's also the same woman that Trump said, he asked her, which does she love more, America or Israel? She didn't answer. Kash freaking Patel, the man that had a completely different tone before he got into the White House. Pam Bundy, this woman right here, Pam freaking Bundy. Bro, I've done a great job fighting back these tears, man. When I'm so angry, normally the tears just flow. And I've never had a problem crying on camera. What is happening in this country, people? What is happening in this country? Because they're using the biggest voices as examples. You speak out, we will ruin you. We will sue you into poverty. And if that don't shut you up, we will take your life. Yeah. Then you got the guy, Nick Fuentes. I've made a documentary. I would highly suggest you all go and check out my Nick Fuentes documentary. I think I was very fair. I believe he's an incredibly gifted speaker. I also said in that documentary, I have reason to believe two things about him. I do not believe that he's a Christian. He claims to be Catholic. I don't believe that he actually is, even though I don't believe that Catholic is necessarily Christian, but we don't have to digress into that. But the second thing is I'm not so sure that he's not controlled opposition himself. You being featured on Tucker Carlson, bro? What is this, some reverse psychological strategy? This dude claims to be a Christian, claims to believe in Jesus Christ, claims to be conservative, claims to be against funding Israel, as we all know. Well, he's had a problem with Marjorie Taylor Greene for a while now. They made amends. He loves the fact that she's defending America first. No more funding these foreign wars. We need to change our foreign policy. Well, interestingly enough, I want you all to take a listen to what he just said about the news of Marjorie Taylor Greene resigning. And keep in mind, as you listen to this crazy clip, confusing clip by him, remember, it doesn't matter how you feel about him. He's one of the biggest voices in politics, if not the biggest voice. This guy, just 2 days ago, was praising Marjorie Taylor Greene for her actions. Now these same exact actions, he doesn't care about anymore. Take a listen to what this dude had to say and tell me if this is how a Christian talks.
The only reason she sounds like us or adopted our talking points is because we popularized them, no thanks to her. They became popular, no thanks to her. She didn't talk about this stuff. She didn't vote this way. She voted for foreign aid to Israel over and over and over again. She voted for foreign aid to Ukraine until it became unpopular.
I get you on that, and I'm with you. That's fair criticism of her. I'm with you 100%. It makes you question why she's doing it now. What the heck does it have to do with now, though, bro? Why are you making this about you? I thought it was about the country, Nick Fuentes. This is the problem with our current president. Our president isn't being a president. Trump on a regular basis is calling Tommy Massey and Marjorie Taylor Greene and people he don't like all sorts of immature, inappropriate names. This is our president talking and behaving this way. And you got people, grown adults with children and grandchildren, defending it. And they call themselves Christian. Now Nick Fuentes is doing the same thing.
So, good riddance. I agree with Trump. It is great news for the country.
You got only 3 politicians on the conservative side that's willing to speak up about the slaughtering of innocent life in the Middle East. One of those 3 people is leaving. She's resigning. This is good for the country? Who do you think is about to replace her? What the heck is this guy talking about?
And if the loyalty thing is true, loyalty does go both ways. She was not loyal to me. Good riddance.
There it is. There it is. Who are these people? Who raised you? Who are these people? Where do you come from? These people are psyops. I'm not joking. Like, they'll have a good run. They'll say some great things. And then this. Why are you making it about you, buddy? You're not special. It's about the country, right? It's about humanity, right? He's butthurt. Why? She said bad things about me. So I don't care about her. What? No leader speaks that way. No, not a true leader.
Everybody always wants to be ecumenical. You know, Tucker was telling me, why are you attacking these people? A, they attacked me first. He goes, who cares? Okay, so which is it then? I'm the problem for attacking people, but them attacking me is, I should ignore that? No, fuck them. And Marjorie Greene, good riddance.
Wow.
Enjoy your honeymoon with your weird husband at RSBN. Good riddance. You know, and by the way, she's a woman. So I never liked that to begin with. The idea that we were going to be led by a woman was, I'm surprised how many people fell for that. She's the one. She's she's going to be the leader. She's a woman. No offense, but I'm not about to follow a woman like that. You know, what even is this movement about if it has a woman as its leader? Give me a break.
Dude, what is that?
So all the fag hags, or I guess she's a fag hag, all the fags worship her because she's a what? Because she's a badass bitch. She's a boss ass bitch.
I don't want to digress too much in this video, but listen to this. This is a Christian, bro. This is a so-called Christian.
Like fucking Beyonce, give me a break. So I agree. I mean, I think she's out of place to begin with. She should be home. You know, she divorced her husband. She got remarried. There's some weird affair going on there, some weirdo stuff going on there. Her husband, her new boy.
Okay, he's rambling. I don't care about that. I'm just trying to figure out, y'all, what's happening in this country, bro. When you have Americans coming out saying that their life has been threatened. There was a paid hit put on this woman's life. And I'm trying to figure out, where's Trump at for this? What Candace just revealed is a full-scale 9/11 emergency for her personal safety. 100%. What is going on, bro? Exactly 1 year before they took out Charlie, they tried to take out Candace Owens. That's correct. I'm glad I read this. Americans are being pow on American soil, and agencies within our government are aware. We have lost this country. Listen to me. For those of you that don't know, a news report, this was validated by the FBI, by the way. It was caught on the airwaves somehow that this group of people that just so happen to be Jewish, one of the individuals decided to follow through and tried to pow Candace Owens. True story. Look it up. Google it. I'm trying to figure out what they're going to do about this. When Americans are taken out because of their speech, we have a problem. And the reason why you all, and myself included, should be concerned, because they use these people in positions of power and huge influencers, they use them as examples to keep everybody else in line. Right? They use them as examples to keep everybody else in line. Listen, I couldn't say it any better than this pastor.
Sorry, Mr. Trump, I'm sick and tired of hearing you say, how many people are being killed in Ukraine? And we all know that a lot of people are being killed in Ukraine. And you keep talking about all the people that are being killed in Ukraine. I have not yet heard you once say anything about the people that are being killed in Gaza. People by the thousands are leaving evangelical churches.
Bro, that just makes me so emotional, bro. Imagine, bruh. Imagine you were 10 years old. All you know is what you're taught, and you don't even get to live a comfortable life because politicians and warmongers are dedicated to slaughtering people because of their own agendas. All you want to do is live life. I don't care who it is. Israeli children, Palestinian children, Iraqi children. You just want to live life. You just want to live life, man. And you have your own freaking agendas. You have your own agendas. Don't tell me that Trump is not controlled, bro. I believe that. I'm not saying that Trump can't do anything or make his own decisions or say what he wants. Look at his behavior. I felt every bit of this.
And I'm sorry, Mr. Trump, I'm sick and tired of hearing you say how many people are being killed in Ukraine, and we all know that a lot of people are being killed in Ukraine. And you keep talking about all the people that are being killed in Ukraine. I have not yet heard you once say anything about the people that are being killed in Gaza. People by the thousands are leaving evangelical churches. More than any time in our nation's history, they are sick and tired of their evangelical pastors and churches supporting genocide against the Palestinian people. They're sick of it. Their support for the bloodshed and the Holocaust, the genocide, the ethnic cleansing in Palestine by the Israelis is driving men of conscience away from the evangelical churches. And they're saying to themselves, if that's Christianity, I don't want anything to do with it.
And to make matters even worse, let me show you all something. This was, for those of you that don't know, there's a guy by the name of Mamdani. I believe I'm pronouncing his name correctly, who just won the mayoral race in New York. And if I'm not mistaken, I believe that he's Muslim. And I believe he's also a socialist. All right. Well, anyways, a lot of backlash has been thrown his way since he's won, but he was the one guy who said that he would not visit any other foreign nation if he was to win the race. Everybody else said that they'd go to some other foreign nation. Pretty much all of them said Israel. Well, he just visited the White House. I want to show you all this clip of him in the White House next to Donald Trump. Listen to what this man said. He said this in the White House right next to Trump. You talk about growing a pair. And like I said, I'm conservative. I'm sure he and I will disagree on a lot, and I'm sure he and I will probably agree on a lot. But that's not even the point here. Listen to what this guy said. Let me go to it. Listen to this.
Would you feel comfortable living in New York City under a Mamdani administration?
Yeah, I would. I really would. Especially after the meeting. Absolutely.
What makes you comfortable?
We agree on a lot more than I would have thought. I know he feels very strongly. I think you feel very, very strongly about peace in the Middle East.
We desperately want it. And that's something that I shared with the president, that when I spoke to New Yorkers who had voted for the president last November on Hillside Avenue and Fordham Road, I asked them why. I heard again and again two major reasons. One was that they wanted an end to forever wars. They wanted an end to the taxpayer dollars we had funding violations of human rights. And they wanted to address the cost of living crisis. And I appreciated the chance to discuss both of those things.
He said a lot of my voters actually voted for him. And I'm okay with that.
Of committing genocide in Gaza, why President Trump was working on peace. Why that?
I've spoken about the Israeli government committing genocide, and I've spoken about our government funding it. And I shared with the president in our meeting about the concern that many New Yorkers have of wanting their tax dollars to go towards the benefit of New Yorkers and their ability to afford basic dignity.
I feel very confident that he can do a very good job. I think he is going to surprise some conservative people, actually. And some very liberal people he won't surprise them because they already like him.
Hold up. Run that back, Turbo. Hold on. What did he just say?
In Gaza, why President Trump was working on peace. Why that?
I've spoken about the Israeli government committing genocide, and I've spoken about our government funding it. And I shared with the president in our meeting.
To say the G word right next to Trump and then to say that the American government is funding it is crazy. To say that is crazy. That's crazy. I don't care what your politics is. He just did that right next to Trump and said that we funding it. If that's not a mic drop moment, I don't know what is. I'm just trying to figure out what's happening in this country. People, if you don't think that this is going to impact us as everyday Americans, it will. When you got Americans being, their lives are at risk because of something that they said, because of belief that they have. Man, that's wild, bro. That's wild, bro. That's scary. We living in scary times. But to be fair to Trump, give him time. Maybe he'll say something about it in due time. Something tells me that he won't. Something tells me that none of them will. Yeah. I don't believe that they will. I don't. This all feels like a matrix. You know? I think Candace is going too far. I think Candace has been exposing quite a bit. I do. I believe that let me tell you all what I think about Candace Owens as far as like her position. I believe that Candace Owens was being used to push a certain narrative, things that she truly believed. Maybe she didn't realize that she had handlers around her. I think somewhere along the way, Candace realized this once she started thinking that she could just talk about anybody. Right? And then when she started talking about them boys, Ben Shapiro shut that down and they fired her. And then she went max. Pun intended. She really went max. That was the line drawn. She wasn't supposed to do that. So now the role that Candace was supposed to be playing in politics, she's not playing it anymore. I think she's went off script. I do believe that. I believe the people above Candace that being her at the Daily Wire and PragerU, which all of those people run together, right? Y'all know who I'm talking about. They all run together. Candace went off script and she stuck with it. That's what I think happened. That's for my people out there that think super deep with me and y'all believe that Candace has controlled our position. I believe she went off script. Straight up. I believe that. Just like I think Charlie Kirk went off script. Yep. I believe a lot of those people higher ups above Candace Owens and them are Freemasons. I do. And I think all these people have agendas. Straight up. And they know that innocent people is losing their lives, but it's been happening for so long. Tell the American people they're stupid. Give them their Netflix, their cell phones, their super sweet processed food, and give them the PORN, they'll be fine. Distract them. Just give them enough distractions. Let's continue with this money laundering. Let's continue with this worldwide money laundering. I have a documentary coming soon. I don't want to say too much about it. I also have a video coming with Brian soon that's going to be talking about the American government. We got some stuff coming, some heat. Dave Smith said something powerful. He said, you take Candace out, you're just going to create 1,000 more Candaces. These people are coming for our rights. They're coming after our rights. You have the God-given right, not even the constitutional right. You have the God-given right to speak. You're allowed to talk and say what you really think and feel. I don't care if you're an atheist, you're progressive, you're conservative. I don't care. And as the president, you are the president for everybody. How dare our president behave this way, say nothing about it, and then conservatives support him for doing it? No, he's the president for every American. The American that wants the worst thing to happen to him, he's supposed to fight for their rights too. He's supposed to fight for their right to say that they want things to happen to Trump. That's what comes with being a leader. As I've said many times, I will fight to the death so that my worst enemy could be able to say whatever he wants about me. Words should not hurt you. And if they do, get over it. But when you have an American citizen saying that it's been proven that foreign governments have hired hitmen to take her out, we should hop on this right away and do something about it. Because we're watching you, Mr. President. We're Americans too. And we want to know that we're safe and have the right to have different opinions. Don't tell me it's not two wings of the same bird. Because if Trump is not our last president and we get somebody else in there after him, which they're going to be pushing, 100% going to be pushing J.D. Vance, it's going to be the same thing, people. Stick a pin in it. It's the same cycle like MTG said. You think this woman is randomly resigning for no reason? She's saying, why aren't nobody in the deep state been arrested yet? What does Trump look like arresting people that work for him? What does Trump look like arresting his friends? He will look crazy. You're not supposed to hate people, bro. But when I think about these innocent people that's losing their lives around the world, bro, I want to say so bad that I hate these politicians. I do. Ooh, it just makes me so upset, man. And now you want to take out oh my gosh, bro. On the anniversary of JFK. But hey, being devil's advocate, maybe it is a psyop. Maybe all of this is just to get us up in their arms, to increase the anxiety in this country, to have us on edge. Something tells me it's not. Let me get to y'all comments, man. The pastor you debated preached at my church. Are you talking about Pastor Amachuku? You know what? Okay, never mind. I'm not gonna say what he said, but he actually just responded to my DMs. The same day after he got off live, I DM'd him asking him a question. He just now responded to it like this morning or something. Okay. He preached at my church, and ever since CK passed away, they've been pushing Israel onto the congregation, looking for a new church. That is insanity. Israel is not talking about the land. The scriptures are clear. The scriptures are freaking clear. It's talking about the followers of Christ. But they know that. They already know that. That's why I was shocked he came on, T-Cutie. I'm surprised he came on. I was like, kudos to you, because I'm going to take advantage of this. I had another live scheduled like 5-6 days ago. It said Black MAGA preach pastor. If a lot of you all remember that, but I had to cancel it. The first 2 times was my fault. But I've since tried to get him back on and he won't respond. This man is nonstop tweeting on Twitter about Candace Owens, saying how he used to support her, but he don't support her anymore because she turned on Trump. Huh? You're not supposed to be loyal to a politician. What are you talking about, bro? As a matter of fact, I'm going to show him to y'all. This isn't to me bashing him because I don't like to be this way when a man isn't here to defend himself. But I told him to come on because I'm going to discuss him. So I did give him a heads up. I'm going to show y'all who I'm talking about. Let's see. Here he is. He just changed his name to Reverend Jordan Wells. Y'all, this says Christians United Against Anti-Semitism Institute. What, bro? He's been featured on Jubilee, Fox, Dr. Phil. Where is that post at? Where is that post at? Excuse me. Where is that post at? See, he just tweeted about her an hour ago. He tweets about her nonstop, and it's complete foolishness what he says. It makes no sense. He says that she is crazy for saying this. If I ever get this guy on the show, this would be one of the most entertaining episodes y'all ever saw. Let me find this tweet though, because he went on like a huge rant. Why is anti-Semitism on the rise? What is behind the return of this ancient evil? Bro, what? This is the same guy that says that racism doesn't, like, it's just insanity, bro. Insanity. If I don't find it in the next 10 seconds, I'm gonna go ahead and click out. But I really want to find this, man. 7 hours ago. Where is it at? Where is it at? Candace Owens is crazy. Next, she will be saying the earth is flat and all her followers will believe her. You have no proof that this didn't happen, but she's crazy because she said it, and she says she has proof. And she's implicated her own. Bro, what is this? Oh, I wish I could find that tweet. It was crazy. I was like, bro, who are these people? The sheer evil of accusing a grieving widow of covering up her husband's murder of her or his friends while stalking her every move and threatening to destroy his organization is next level demonic. He just literally made stuff up. Candace has never accused Erica. Bro, my mind is blown with these people, but I'm wasting my time. If I ever get them on the show, it'll be the most entertaining thing y'all ever seen. Like, my mouth is watering thinking about it. Sister, I hope you found a better church, because that's straight propaganda. Thank you so much for the $5 super chat. The more you uncover and the more you dig into the evil of this world, the more upset you will become. The illusion of freedom has doomed us all. Crazy. That's very well said. Miss M. Dare, thank you so much for the $5 super chat. Hang in there, DD. Stay the course. Christ is King. Amen. You are doing a great job. Thank you so much. Small C's, thank you so much for the $5 super chat. It is 100% theater, as you said. Yeah, it is. It's been that way for a long time, to keep searching and fighting for the truth. Didi will appreciate you. Godspeed. I appreciate that big time. Hey, everybody, just remember to hit the like button, please. Please hit the like button. I appreciate it. William, what's up, my guy? Good to see you, man. $5 super chat. Thank you so much. She knows the unanimous vote was a trick and the important incriminating files will never be released to the public. MTG had courage, but no support. It's weird. It's weird. It's like, why are y'all mad that she's wanting the good stuff? Like, she's want the people affiliated with Epstein to be exposed. Why would you not be happy about that? Why are you upset with her about that? That makes no sense. That makes no sense. Thank you so much for the $2 super chat. Don't know what that means. Thank you, William, for the $2 super chat. Presidents are false gods because people worship. Yep, I agree. I agree. And they definitely worship Trump for sure. Thank you so much, VBVC, FGCC, for the $10 super chat. I fear one day and always have, Nick for president could never work while with men have the right to vote. Yeah, Nick would never make it to president. He has the intellect as far as like the ability and the skill set to draw people and to capture people's attention and to captivate people and to spread truth at times. But first and foremost, he's too divisive. He's way too vulgar and he's unpredictable. Not in a Trump way. I mean, he's predictable in a different way. He'll go from saying one thing to completely talking down on the entire race of people. It's like, all right, Nick, what are you doing, dude? William, thank you so much for the $5 super chat. Nick is just a different talking head for weak, pathetic sheep to follow unconditionally, blindly, never questioning anything. Dumb people are to blame. Yeah, I'm not for calling people dumb, but I do get your point. People are looking for a leader. And a lot of people were mistaken if like talent for purpose, right? Just because a person is talented don't mean they have good intentions. Means that their purpose is to lead you in the right direction. Mustache Guy was extremely well-spoken, a great orator. Mustache Guy from Germany. And he was right about a lot of Christian things. I'm gonna put it that way. But he was just also evil when it came to other things. Thank you for the $2 super chat. I meant women have the right to vote. Right now, I definitely understood what you said. I meant what you meant. If it was up to him, he probably would take that away. But that's a different conversation because I do have interesting opinions about voting and about the roles of men and women in society. But that's a conversation we can have a different day for sure. But yeah. Thank you so much for the $50 super chat. Means a lot. Love you, Didi. We rage crying over our country here too. Now for sure. Like just seeing this stuff is just infuriating, bro. It's infuriating because it's like I would imagine, man, in the perfect world, if an American put something like that out, Trump will look into it. Like I said, if Candace is lying about it, look into it and then come out and say that she lied. She should stop this. But if you can't prove that she's lying, brother, look into it and let us know something. Let us know something. You know? I don't believe everything any human says. I personally believe the woman. Well, I believe that someone reached out and told her that. Right? And she thought it was credible enough to at least share it with us. That's enough for the president to look into alone. To see if these implications are true. So I love y'all too. Thank you so much, Slacker Elizabeth, for the $5 super chat. Jesus is in charge. Amen. Jesus is in charge, GD. Most of this is part of prophecy. Keep revealing truth. I have to keep reminding myself of that. You're right, Elizabeth. It is. It's just going through the trials and tribulation. It's like, God forbid if this country is ever continuously bombed. The way the people in the Middle East, that's all they know. That's all life has ever been for some people. Imagine if we were living that way. Man, that's no way to live. That's not a life. That's not living. You're alive waiting to be taken out. What if Madame Dummy is central casting? What if? That's actually a great question. Thank you so much for the $2 super chat. That's a great question. I don't know. But I do know he was funded by, he's not off the hook either because he's funded by I believe he's funded by Soros. So he's just funded by the other side, right? I put all those billionaires in the same category for me. All of them. How many times, thank you so much for the $2 super chat, Big Chop. How many times Trump read us the snake poem? Not sure I know what the snake poem is, but I feel like I should be in the loop. Fill me in, y'all. I don't know what that is. Thank you so much for the $2 super chat. It was Dave Rubin in the photos, not Dave Smith. Thank you so much. I did say Dave Smith. I love Dave Smith, by the way. Thank you. It was Dave Rubin. Thank you for sure. I actually saw somebody. I live in Arkansas. I saw somebody with a Charlie Kirk Freedom shirt on today in the I believe in the grocery store. I was like, oh, okay. T. Marie, thank you so much for the $20 super chat. Second term Trump is either cloned or under complete MK Ultra. Most of his speeches are AI. If you look at the Illuminati card game, his presidency was already predicted. You are absolutely spot on. Now, people who are new to my channel, T. Marie, is going to think what you just said is crazy talk. But we can show you. I can show you the Illuminati card game that is a fact. That it showed that Trump was going to become president, and it showed you quotables that Trump has used in his presidency. Don't call me a conspiracy theorist. And if you do, get my pronouns right. My pronouns are I told you so. Look it up. It's true. And once you realize it's true, tell me what that means then. Since you want to call everybody a conspiracy theorist, Tell me what it means. I've told y'all Trump looks different depending on the day, and that's a fact. Some days he looks super, his skin looks super smooth, and he looks younger and like moving alike. He doesn't move like he's 70 to me. It's weird. And then other days he looks every bit of that 70. And it's not because of age. It's not because of how busy he's been. Which, by the way, how many 75-year-olds y'all know that can run to become president and actually do the job? Do you know what that? You would have to be up early mornings, late nights, constant traveling. But I'm digressing. I'm going to get off into some other stuff. Let's just say I have some very peculiar thoughts about Mr. Trump. Allegedly. William, thank you so much for the $2 super chat. Can't trust Mamdani or any of them ever. Trust God. I agree. We're on the same page. I agree with you, bro. Thank you so much for the $2 for the $5 super chat. Let me get that right. Every dollar counts. Candace has spoken about how she believes that herself and Charlie have had handlers. She did say that. I agree. I just wonder if Candace has questioned everybody in her life. If everybody that she's met in the past 10, 15 years have come into her life as handlers. I'm going to just leave that there. I just wonder if she's questioned that, you know? Because if I'm Candace, I will be looking around. Let's put it this way, Candace, you didn't become as big as you did. Or let me put it this way. The people did not support you in growing a platform simply because of who you were. It was because they had agendas. And they pushed their agenda through you. Maybe you broke away over the past 2-3 years. Little Light, thank you so much for the follow super chat. If you truly believe the first line of the First Amendment, look up Jonathan Berry. Should the government be allowed to tell you what day to worship? No, they should not be. I think I've seen his name somewhere before. Thank you so much for the $5 super chat. Kawan Lynette. Did you ever cover Maxwell Azzarello and why he set himself on fire outside of Trump's trial? No? I don't know if I knew about that. I'm gonna have to look at that. I'm gonna write that name down. You've actually asked me this question before, haven't you? William, thank you so much again, bro, for the $2 super chat. Must question all. I love you, but I will question. Nah, for sure. And that's what you call consistency, bro. That's how you know people have integrity. Question everybody. If you said something, I'm holding you to it. How you gonna say something? I'll hold you to it. Y'all turn on me. What? Thank you so much for the $10 super chat, Chief Bennett. My name Bennett and I ain't in it. I love your channel and I've shared it with multiple people, including my little sister. Wow. Dang, that's dope. I would never lead her down the wrong path. Wow. God bless you. God bless you. Your morals and values are admirable. Thank you so much, Chief Bennett. I appreciate you. Big time. Brother, you got to play the snake poem now, please. Play it now. I'm not going to play it now. Maybe next time. I recently found your channel. Thank you so much for the $5 super chat, first and foremost. Healed by the Word TV. I like that name. I recently found your channel and I just want the truth. Thank you, God. Exactly. Just give people the truth and let them do with it as they may. If you don't know, let me make sure I say this. Truth is a person. Truth is a person. Did you hear me? I'm going to get a shirt that says, I identify as a conspiracy theorist. My pronouns are I told you so. I'm going to get a shirt that says, everything on this shirt is alleged. And I'm also going to get a shirt that says, truth is a person. His name is Jesus Christ. I know y'all don't like it when I use the word Jesus Christ in the sense of the letter J not being a part of the original language. Yahshua, I understand. Yeshua, I understand. But Jesus Christ is a more universal name that people will understand. All right. Thank y'all, man, so much. Pray for everybody mentioned in this video. Everybody mentioned in this video. Yeah. Pray for everybody mentioned in this video, including Candace, including the Palestinians, including those on the other side, the Israelis as well, the innocent Israelis as well, and even those that are not so innocent. Pray for everybody mentioned in this video. We just want peace for everybody. And these people have agendas. They're liars. They're warmongers. And a lot of them don't want peace, you know. Thank you so much for the $2 super chat. Been seeing you more. Keep going. Love your channel. Thank you so much. Yeah. All right, y'all. I don't want to make this live this long, but it was. Jesus Christ is Lord. If I haven't said it. Jesus Christ is Lord. Right? Let's sit with that for a second. At the end of the day, it's all about Jesus Christ. All of it. We're not as special as we think we are. But we are special. And we are made in God's image. All right. I'm trying to get up off of here and I keep talking. And people keep sending in super chats. I recently found your channel and I too just want the truth. Thank you for your work. God bless you. Thank you so much for the $5 super chat. Heal About the Word TV. I appreciate you big time. I hope y'all continue to tune in with me, man. I'm consistent. What you see is what you get. And you, if it's the Lord's will, don't expect that to change. But I appreciate y'all support big time. Where we at? William, my God, once again, please, it will blow your mind. He told us the snake poem. I'll make you a deal. William, remind me to do it because I know you watch all my lives. Remind me to watch it next time. And as long as I don't get copyrighted, I got you. I promise. Nobi, is it Desco? Thank you so much for the $50 super chat. I know it's MX. I don't know what that is. But hey Didi, I'm an old lady watching you from Mexico. Hola, amiga. Hola, amiga bonita. Did I get that right? Hola, amiga bonita. Love your content. Never forget this world is ruled by satanic PDF files. Trust Jesus. I believe that with every fiber in my being. I believe that. Absolutely. Thank you so much, Miss Nobi, if I can call you that. Nos vemos luego. Thank you for everything you do. Much love. Thank you so much, Tammy, for the $5 super chat. Much love your way as well. Y'all showing me a lot of love today, man. I appreciate that. Okello, thank you so much for the $10 super chat. God is the greatest. Thanks for the words. Amen. Amen. I don't usually crown chat, bro. I don't mind doing it. I cried on my very first live because I had a lot of support. I didn't expect that. I've been grinding on YouTube for 5 years. A lot of my content has been shadow banned. And I'm just not seeing sort of the, what is it? The fruits of my labor, if you will. God is the greatest. Absolutely. Donna Marie, thank you so much for the $20 super chat. You're awesome, Didi. You spread the truth in a beautiful way. Thank you. Great job. Praying for Candace. You and all mentioned. Love your channel. Amen. Amen. All right. Lubain, thank you so much for the $2 super chat. Nothing will ever change. Ray Piss. Crazy. I'm so glad I found your channel through Ian Carroll. I support your voice. Randomly Tiffany, thank you so much for the $5 super chat. I think you commented under one of our Brian videos, if I remember correctly, because I remember your profile picture. I have photographic memory, and I try to remember everybody. I know it's going to be hard because it's thousands of y'all, but I appreciate that big time. Shout out to Ian Carroll, man. Yeah. So I'm gonna go ahead and get up off of here, man. I love y'all. I got some work coming and down the line for those of you that are waiting for content that's not related to Candace Owens, Charlie Kirk, Turning Point USA. It's coming, I promise. It's just, this is important. And this is one of the reasons why. Because they're trying to take our rights away and they're trying to violate our rights. Right? And we can't let that happen because we the people, we have more power than we believe, than we realize that we do. All right? Y'all be safe. Have a great rest of your weekend. I'll see y'all in the next one. I'm Demetrius. I go by Didi. Peace.